Jalen Hurts, MVP of the Super Bowl. The Eagles offense, we've been giving the defense a lot of credit, but that offense, they put up 40 points.
40 points, yeah.
40 points. That's insane. And how about this? Players lead teams in passing and rushing yards. Super Bowl wins all time. Talk about good company. Well, he just beat Patrick Mahomes. Jalen Hurts are at the top, but also sharing this graphic with Steve Young. It's incredible to think that he has had the background on his phone from 2 years ago, Super Bowl 57, as a reminder of what that felt like to get back to this moment. And then it was on Sunday night, guys, we saw Jalen Hurts on that podium with the confetti falling on his shoulders. He gets to be MVP, Isaiah.
Yeah, and he took the game upon himself. You know, you talk about somebody who likes to be in the background, who's chill all season long, let Saquon do his thing, be the man, everybody put their attention on him. And yet he knew that in this game, it was going to have to be him. They gave the ball to Saquon Barkley 25 times for 2.3-yard average. And he said, you know what? Don't worry about it, Saquon. I know we still need a equal attack, so I'll handle the rushing. I'll run the ball 11 times for 72 yards. And then, you know what? I know we need to be smart with the ball. We can't put it in danger. So I'll be 77% completion rate, you know what I'm saying, and put the ball on the money at all times. He managed this game so well, and you never saw him put their team in harm's way. He was able to extend drives. He was able to go ahead and move the chains. He was cool, calm, and collected, and you always felt like he was in control. You never felt like Philadelphia was ever in danger, and a big part of that is because of how he managed the game.
You're absolutely right, and I'm glad that you're using the term manage the game, because we know sometimes management of a game can have like this bad connotation, like, oh, he's a game manager. He went out there and did exactly what he was supposed to do, and we can now put him in this different category, because there was still a big question mark on Jalen Hurts. Was he a product of the system because he had Saquon Barkley behind him? No, he went out there and he was reading defenses like an open book. I mean, he figured out, like, when they were pressing up on the line to stop Saquon Barkley, all right, cool. They utilized design runs to get him going, to be able to keep the Chiefs on their heels. But I think he did deserve MVP because he was the reason, the way he played this game, the way he managed the game, and not in a bad way. It was a great way. But Jalen Hurts, I mean, I can't wait. I'm excited to see what next season is going to look like for him. I know I want to celebrate this moment right here, but Jalen Hurts went to the next level.
Yeah, doubled up.
I had some doubt. But you know what? I apologize. I was wrong on that one. I thought, and sometimes you can get caught up. You know, we sit at this desk and we get all sorts of numbers thrown at us, and you start trying to analyze it. But when you're just watching football, you're going, that dude's a baller.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, you did your thing.
I had no doubts. 374 yards. You want some more numbers? 4 touchdowns in that Super Bowl 57 performance. And I remember being there in his press conference after that game. He said, you either win or you learn. And I think he learned that he has to do whatever it takes to win the football game. And whether that's deferring to Saquon Barkley and having that passing attack take a back seat that then they could unleash, like right here to Devontae Smith. Jalen Hurts does what it takes to win, and now he is a Super Bowl champion. And he's one of those quarterbacks that you can throw an entire team, an entire organization on, and he proved it. And I think the illustration for me to start the game was his first pass of the game. Sometimes we see coordinators, they want to get those easy plays, those easy completions to get the quarterbacks going. But here it is right here. He rolls out right. It was a different play. Then he hits Devontae Smith for that first down on the right sideline, a perfect strike under duress. So Jalen Hurts set the tone early. He lived up to it the entire game. And now, once again, he is a Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, he is.
And in that upper tier, that upper echelon of quarterbacks in the NFL.
And I'll say this real quickly. We know what he's been through adversity-wise.
Yes.
We go back to his college days and how he handled adversity. There's a thing to say how he handled success in being up early, 24-0, and never let off.
Yeah.
He kept going. He's always calm and collected. You never see him break one way or the other. We know Jaden Daniels is Mr. Cool. Jalen Hurts is Mr. Cool as well.
And the thing is, like, pain is the best teacher. Like, when you have something that has hurt you so bad, you get to the Super Bowl and you take an L, and that's all you've ever wanted in life, right? Is to walk away with hosting the Lombardi, wearing that jewelry for the rest of your life. Trust me, I have a ring. I know what that feels like.
Let me have that.
You can borrow it. You look at his screensaver.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds cheesy, and everybody's like, oh, whatever. He's not doing that for your likes. He's not doing that for other people to pay attention to him. He's looking at that screensaver, the confetti following, and him walking off the field, taking the L because that hurt. And he wants to remind himself of that hurt. Not the hurts on the back, but the hurts on his phone, because that was going to be what he was never going to feel again. He wanted to look at that thing and harness it and say, when I get back in this position, I'm going to make sure that this screensaver is on the positive end and not the negative end. So shout out to him. Shout out to his cool, calm collectiveness. Even when he got the big contract, you could see, hey, I got the money, but what did he say? He said it's all about the wins.
I would have lost my mind if I had that kind of money.
I love that authentic leadership, though, from Jalen Hurts, because we see guys all the time say, oh, I don't pay attention to my haters. I don't pay attention to what people say about me from the outside. We only focus on what's inside. But all week long, he was asked, are you motivated by your haters? And he said, yeah,
Yes.
I do. I do hear it, and I let that motivate me. And it's not his sole reason for motivation. It's not his sole reason for winning, but that leadership of authenticity, I think, is what really has connected him to that locker room since he stepped into that locker room back in 2020, and then when he took over the job in 2021. Those players in that locker room, they followed Jalen Hurts as a leader. They follow him as a quarterback, now one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I think he cemented himself in that conversation, and Jalen Hurts listening to those doubters, listening to those haters. And now what's going to, be the further motivation? Now it's to continue to climb, stack Super Bowl rings, and join maybe Patrick Mahomes in that conversation as current guys with multiple Super Bowl rings. The way that roster is built, why not?
Yeah.